Okay, feeling much better today. So today what we're going to do is get Game Hammer's Ghostbusters review filmed, and then I've got a meeting at 1 o'clock with the Bolton LGBT Partnership Group, which is very important. I've got to be there. And also draw some comics and script tomorrow's Not Mouse show. Possibly film it tonight, possibly film it tomorrow morning. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how much time we've got to go. But first things first, I need a to-do list so I know what I'm doing. Yes, I know my handwriting's terrible. You can blame spending a lot of time playing games. RSI kills handwriting. Okay, so what I've got here is the shooting script, and basically I've just printed out what I was scripting last night, but I've gone through it and marked out with highlighters the parts saying with a green highlighter that need to be done on the green screen, the parts with a pink highlighter that are going to be done in the office. So I know what I'm filming and where. And normally if you're doing a big project, you would have a shooting script which had everything laid out with which bits you're doing in what area, things like that. But I don't have a big project here. I just have a few things I have to do in here and some in the library in front of a green screen. So I've marked it out. So it should be very simple to go through. So that's what I'm going to do now. And hopefully I can get all this done before I have to go for this meeting. Okay, I've got playing in the background the Ghostbusters footage that I recorded while I was making the review. Well, getting the footage and getting my opinion on the game for the review. So I'm going to play that in the background. The idea is to make it look like I'm playing the game while I'm talking to you. And of course I'm not, because you can't play the game while talking to the camera. That would be weird. I've done it in the past, but it doesn't come out well. So let's have that running in the background. That's the Commodore version. So let's get on with it. So what have we got? As a child, I loved the Ghostbusters. I loved everything about them. The film, the game. No, the film, the toys. I loved everything about them. The film, the toys, the games, everything. As a kid, I loved the Ghostbusters. As a kid, I loved the Ghostbusters. I loved everything about them. The film, the toys, the cartoon, everything. So when my mum told me that there was a Ghostbusters computer game and it was out on the Amstrad CPC, the computer I'd just been given recently, I knew I was saving up my pocket money to go and get that game. Right, now I'm just going to read down because these bits are voiceovers that go onto the game footage. So you can imagine how I felt when I loaded it up and this is what I saw. See that? That big Ghostbusters in bright red? That's as close to a title screen as my Amstrad CPC version got. No famous logo for me. Activision got a nice big logo, but the game itself? No chance. Right, that's it, but I can see on my monitor here that I've got a low battery indicator, so basically that's it for the moment. I've got to charge the battery before I can even do the green screen stuff. So I suppose we have time for a break now and I'll get a cup of tea. Well, that was actually a very productive meeting with the LGBT Partnership Group. Got a few action points I have to take forward, which is always good to feel productive. So now I've decided to come over to the town hall because it's pretty much next door and get on with my council work for the day. Just do whatever needs to be done, catch up on the stuff I missed yesterday when I was too ill to do anything, and see how we go. And then back home, get the rest of Game Hammer filmed and the comics done, and then we'll see where we go from there. One other thing I forgot to mention this morning because I was busy trying to get things done before I had to go out is I've been nominated for Bolton Pride's Diversity Awards, which is a massive honour. I think, wow, guys, thank you. I was so happy when I was like, wow, people actually appreciate what I do. That's an amazing feeling for someone who throughout their young life, due to being different, of course, was kind of pushed aside and they, oh, you can't do this, that, and the other. To actually have someone say that they appreciate what you do is a massive thing. It made my day. As I said on Twitter, it really did make my day. So thank you very much, whoever did that. I don't know who you are, but whoever did, thank you so much. Well, right, I'm back from a meeting now, and I'm exhausted because it's a long walk. And basically what I want to do now is have a cup of tea before I do any of the rest of the Ghostbusters filming. But while I'm having a cup of tea, I was thinking about something I watched over lunch, and that was Nova Bug's video about... it's a video response I can't remember who he was responding to, so I'll put their name up on the screen. And what he was saying is true, that there's always room, even if a market looks flooded. If you want to start a channel, then do it and make it your own, and people might come and see it. You've got to remember, just to take a gaming topic, because it was a gaming question, would a new gaming channel at this point be worth it? Just remember, in the 90s, Sega and Nintendo ruled. And it looked like no one could top them. 3DO couldn't top them. Neo Geo couldn't top them. Even Atari couldn't get anywhere near. And then Sony came along, out of nowhere. And then Microsoft came along out of nowhere. And they knocked Sega out of the market entirely. And knocked Nintendo into third place. But they came out of nowhere. And made it their own. And you can do the same. Just because people appear big now, doesn't mean that they'll be big later. And moreover, if you bring something that's different and people want, then why not? Go for it. Because people might want to see it. It's always worth a try. And that's pretty much been my motto for doing things. Yeah, give it a try, because you never know. Oh my goodness, this weather, it's ridiculous. But I haven't come back from town. As the rules are that I have, since I was passing charity shops and CX, I had to have a look in. Now, the charity shops, unfortunately, were the same as the other day. There wasn't anything in there that I was looking for. But CX did not disappoint me. So the first one I picked up today is Alpine Racer 3. Is it 3? Yeah, Alpine Racer 3. Now, I know nothing about this game. Literally just got it, but it looks like it's got some characters that are pretty much like in SSX Tricky. I mean, I recognise the Chinese lady with the weird hair. I'm pretty sure she's in SSX. Or maybe not. Maybe she's just a similar looking character with weird hair. But good quality manual, which fell out because the case is damaged, unfortunately. One of the tabs is missing. But for 50p, I'm not going to complain. I mean, the manual does have that sticker on. Hopefully I can steam that off or just peel it off, one of the two. So, quick look. Hardly any marks on the disc, so I'm pretty happy with that one, especially for 50 pence. Now, next one I'm pretty happy with, definitely. I'll pick one of these games up every time I see them, to be honest with you. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. I love the Tony Hawk's games. Played Tony Hawk's 3 so much, and for £1.50 I was definitely going to give this a try. The case is in really, really nice condition. Really happy with that one. And I didn't think there would be a manual in it, because it feels really light, but the manual is thin as hell. But it does have the extra bump as well. And the manual itself is in really good quality condition. So, I'm very happy with that. Late release as well. Look at that case. So, I didn't even know this game existed, to be honest with you. I thought it was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Wasteland were the only ones. But hey, I'll go for it. Decent quality disc as well. Just had to rub off a bit of dirt from it. But a few fingerprints, I think that'll clean up very nicely. Let's move on. Now, this one, I thought I already had it. I must have seen it a few times and not picked it up because the case was in bad condition, but I decided, no, I'm going to have it since it isn't in my list of... Hang on, W's are right here for me, so... My goodness, I do not have it. I'm glad I picked this up. For 25 pence especially, WRC World Rally Championship. I'm sure I've seen this around enough times that I thought I had it, but apparently I don't. Now, the manual is damaged, it's got something written on it, but the case is in pretty shagged out quality as well. I mean, you can look at the outside. I'm going to have to clean it up. The disc itself is the Platinum Edition in the full price case, which sadly is sometimes happens with CX, they just don't care. And they are decent quality discs, some scratches on it, but decent quality. I think it'll still load. Although, is that pitting? It may have been... I'll give it a try anyway. I'll probably end up taking it back for a clean. But either way, I've got it in the collection now, so that's not bad. Now, next up, I really thought I had this one as well. But quick check on my phone tells me I don't. Decent condition case as well. It's top spin, by the way. I thought I had it because I thought I had most of the tennis games, but decent condition case. The manual's creased a bit. It's got a few bends in it. The CD, let's have a quick check. Check on the disc. A few fingerprints, but nothing too bad. So, yeah, I think a little bit of a mark there. Maybe that'll rub off. I think that's going to load alright. Now, final one. The final one I had to pick up the moment I saw it because of Slope's game room. So, hi DJ Slopes. He mentioned recently Pitfall. So you all know what's coming if you know your PlayStation 2. And I thought, I've never played Pitfall. I don't think it's on the Atari. It might be on the Atari Anthology, or is it no, it's an Activision game, isn't it? So it won't be. It'll be on the Activision one, which I don't have yet. I am looking out for it, I haven't got it yet. He mentioned Pitfall. Anyway, I never played it when I was a kid. Still haven't played it now. But he said there was one on PlayStation too. So I thought, well, I've got to have that if I ever see it. So here it is. Pitfall, The Lost Expedition. And pretty good quality case. I'm really, really happy with that. Decent quality manual. I mean, a few creases in it, so someone's obviously read it and used it a bit. But on near perfect disc. No, one or two scratches and a couple of fingerprints, but I think that'll be just fine. So yeah. Hey DJ Slopes, you've influenced my buying selections today. Well, that's very interesting. I've just had a call from Jennifer. She may be home early enough that she can actually be in the Ghostbusters review. I like to have her in the sketches at the start if I can't get her in anywhere else. So, what I'm going to do now then is just get on with the comics and wait for her to come home, and then I'll do the intro with her, and then get on with the extra green screen footage that I need to do, since it's all going to be done in front of the green screen anyway, so we'll wait and see. So, I'm off to do the comics. we have here the library, the main back book wall of the library. And this I'm about to turn into a green screen by putting up a sheet. Now, the reason for this is we're doing the Game Hammer review of Ghostbusters, and it requires me to be actually in the game at certain points, or pretending to be in the game anyway. So, I've got to put this all out, and that means using the books to weight it down as I just basically put it up. This really could do with an iron, but at the moment we don't have time, so it's going as it is. Now, the only issue that we have, because of the way this is that even if I zoom in, you're going to see some of it is creased with me standing here. So I'm very close to it. You see shadow. You can literally see the shadow, which causes problems. But if I stand further forward where the shadow isn't there, top my head's off. But here's the worst part. If I adjust this camera, take it up, that's as far as I can go before I can guarantee that if I go any further, you'll see the top of the green screen. So my head is just in. It's a bit of an issue. So I can't walk very far forward unless I adjust everything. So what I tend to do is, and in some cases you've noticed, or if you watch Game Hammer, I tend to crouch down a bit and move around that, but I end up leaning forward when I do it, so I always look like I'm creeping somewhere. So what I'm going to just do is, thankfully today I don't have to move an awful lot. It's mostly me pretending to drive, which is great because that means I can just get on with it. There's something strange in this neighbourhood.
Don't look good.
No.
Who are you going to call?
A really cheap film cash-in.
Oh.
Right. The filming is done. All I've got to do now is edit, and that means I've got to put all of the files onto the computer, so I've got to turn this camera off. But while that's uploading onto the computer for editing, I'm going to go and have something to eat because I've just realised that it's been... I don't know how long since I actually had a proper meal. I mean, I've snacked a little bit earlier on, but that's not going to keep you going. So, I'm going to head off for something to eat. The computer is going to deal with the upload of the files onto it so I can edit them. Okay, I don't know what I've done, but while carrying stuff upstairs, like light rigs and things like that after filming, I have pulled a shoulder, and now I can hardly move my shoulder. So, there's no way I can do any of the comic that I'm supposed to do, the Not Mouse one, that's out. And I'm not sure I can sit properly, so I'm going to have a very hot bath, and maybe I'll get more work done. Maybe I won't, but at least I got the video done, and that's going up. So, yeah, it's getting hard to breathe, to be honest, so I'm just going to try and ease this off with a warm bath. And I think this will be the end of the show, to be honest with you, so I'll see you tomorrow.